What is going on, you guys? My name is Will Guido, and I am back bringing you guys another banger. I am not the original Fulcrum. Fulcrum, come in, yeah, Yodi gang, you feel me? You best believe it, I got another banger video for you guys today. So in today's video, I'm going to be installing my fuel pump in the 135 that should fix all of my problems that I've been having. Took off my lock ring. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I can just show you real quick. I took the lock ring off of my fuel pump, and the whole assembly, the plastic, was rotted. So originally I thought it was that little green seal was my evap leak, but come to find out it was the whole assembly. So the car was driving and running and driving perfectly fine. I took the cap off, found that out, and then never took the fuel pump assembly out of the car, and now the car won't start. So before I wire in my aftermarket this is a Walbro 450, I want to just put in the factory assembly, get the car running, so that way when I go do that wiring, if the car doesn't start, I know it's from that and it's not another issue that I have to go chase. I know you guys are very familiar with this blue tape here. This video is not sponsored by FCP Euro, but I just wanted to give them a huge shout out because they actually sponsored the 135 build. They hooked me up with a bunch of parts to help me reseal the engine and ensure that this thing does not leak a drop of oil or anything. I'd say we've done a pretty good job because the car's been sitting over there for a couple months. There wasn't a drop of oil. Yeah, FCP Euro, they've helped me out the whole way. If you guys need any European parts, they are definitely the company to hit up. They are right here in Connecticut. They're super fast with their shipping, and they have lifetime warranty on even things like oil, which is just unheard of. So go support FCP Euro, and I just want to give them a huge thank you for everything that they've done for me and the channel. So yeah, thank you. Straight from Germany, dude. Kraftstoff. Fordenheit. I'm so excited. Dude, let's go. Alrighty. Alright, so we have the fuel pump out, and I will recommend if anybody is doing this, that fuel pump line right there with the black nipple on the end of it, it goes onto the fuel pump. That line is such a pain to get to. Used some needle nose pliers to push down on the green clip, and then I used a little flathead screwdriver to pry up, and luckily I didn't break the nipple off of the fuel pump, which a lot of people commonly do. Second note, I'm a little nervous on how this is looking out here. This little plastic ring right here is part of my tank, and it looks to be a little how you doing. I'm hoping that it doesn't leak and that this seal does its job. We'll obviously find out. So let's get the pump in and see if this thing starts up. It really should. Alrighty, and just like that, we got the new fuel pump in. She is looking minty. Alrighty, goes nothing. I'm nervous. Oh God! Why won't they turn off? What the heck? Man, BMWs, you gotta love them. You really gotta love them. What the heck is going on with this thing? All right, can we turn these off? Hello? Why is this doing this? Anybody? Does anyone know? What the heck? That does not sound good. Fuck. Alrighty, time to diag. Alright, so a little progress update. I am going to be taking the battery out and I'm going to bring it up to my old work. Use their GR8 tester and make sure the battery is good and will actually hold charge, because right now this car is doing a lot of weird things and it's kind of freaking me out. Go figure, nothing can ever just go and work perfectly. I thought I could just, make this nice video for you guys, slapping the fuel pump in, hook it up to a jump pack. I knew it was dead, and it's a brand new battery. It should be fine. But I just got off the phone with Jordan, and he's like, possibly ECU or FRM or F something. Some modules could have gotten wet because I turned the car on and it won't crank. but my wipers are just going like full speed, like, and I can't even, like, I'm using the hand control and it's just not doing anything. So I'm hoping that the battery is just like so dead that the car doesn't know what's going on and it's just freaking out. So yeah, we're gonna go take the battery up and hopefully it works out okay and we can drive this car today for this video because I've been dying to drive this thing. Just got back from Honda. I wound up leaving the battery up there because it was actually charging, which is really good. The GR8 machine will not charge the battery if the battery is too far gone. The fact that it was charging the battery shows that the battery isn't too dead and that it can be saved. I left it there. It had like 47 minutes or so still left to charge. My buddy Ben actually is coming down to the shop. He's bringing his old battery out of his 335 that he's parting out. He just checked the battery. It's got 12 volts, so we'll slap that battery in. Hopefully this thing starts, and then we can actually take the fuel pump back apart and wire in the Walbro 450 that I have. Dude, I'm praying. I am praying. Let's go!
Hasn't ran in a while. This is my friend Ben, everybody.
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go! All right.
Now time to take it all back apart again and hope we get the same result. All right, before you guys start talking crap, I know it doesn't look that pretty, okay? We used the old bucket to get this fuel pump situated in there. Hold on, someone's calling me. This is my nice new fuel pump, okay? So in order to get the actual fuel pump out, you have to take this plastic little black like ring out. It's almost like a case. And I don't know if you could see the little black lines right there and also right there. So they plastic weld everything together. So you have to like heat up a knife and kind of burn the plastic, and so we had a little crack. Then we had a little, I did this one. I touched it and then really fucked her. And then, yeah, now we got a really big hole. But luckily that doesn't really matter because, so we put this new black piece in and, oh well actually, my fuel pump didn't come with a little sock, so I had to just go to AutoZone. Luckily they had a sock that fits this Walbro pump. So the issue is because I am not using the factory bag, which is like bent, you know, it sits on the bottom and naturally bends up like that. It's pushing my fuel pump off to the side and not allowing it to sit in the center like this. In order to secure the fuel pump, I just went ahead and drilled 2 holes. I know it's ghetto, but it works. And we're gonna zip tie the fuel pump to the bucket so the fuel pump can't go anywhere. And once this is all together, it really, like, it's sturdy. Like, it's not gonna fall apart. I don't really know any other proper way to do this. I have my friend Ben here helping me because this is what he had to do to his car. These are kind of the steps you have to take if you're not gonna purchase like a nice $600-700 fuel pump that already comes pre-assembled and everything. Might as well show you how we did it. So yeah, like I said, I know it's not pretty, but it works. So that's all we're going for is functionality here. Alright, Ben here is a little too legit to quit. What are we doing right now?
Checking the resistance.
Checking the resistance to
see
make
how
sure.
bad my solders are.
I gotta say, huge thank you to Ben, because I was just telling him, if I had to do what we had to do to my bucket, I wouldn't have done it. Like, I told him, I was like, dude, I would have thought I was breaking the thing, like, this just does not seem right. So I'm very thankful Ben is here and has done this multiple times on a lot of different fuel pumps.
Same car, you just have to do it a bunch of times.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're shit boxes.
Yeah, no.
This one won't be. This one's a nice one.
Yeah?
Mine were shit boxes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mine were all shit boxes.
I don't know. I mean, all I gotta say is I would have been if it wasn't for Ben. This is what we are now looking at. We have the new fuel pump zip tied in there. Thing can't go anywhere. Got some butt connectors, got some solder. Next thing to do is start assembling, throw it in the car. We have the fuel pump all together. I went to go put the bucket into the car. So I'm running into a slight issue. The fuel pump, the new fuel pump, this is the fitting it gives you. This fitting is a lot larger than the regular OEM fitting right here. I'm having issues getting the hose to slip over. The reason why is because the hose is just super old and brittle and it doesn't flex whatsoever. What I am going to do is I'm going to get like a little barb male to male fitting, and I'm going to go from the factory plastic hose to the fitting to then a hose that is slightly bigger to then slip right onto here, and then I have a nice hose clamp to do that. Unfortunately, part stores are closed. It's like 9:30 right now. I'm gonna have to wait until tomorrow to finish this. I'm just glad that I got 90% of this done and all the hard stuff done. I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Ben for coming to help me. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna pick up this video and we're gonna be ripping. I mark my words, we are going to be ripping. I'm going to download the Stage 2 MHD tune and we're going to be hopefully spinning second gear. Alright, so we'll see you in the morning. Alrighty, good morning everybody. We are back. It is the next morning and it's currently snowing out. I don't know if you guys can see that. And today we are at the trusty Steed Auto Zone. Let's hope they have what we need to fix this thing. Let's get in there. Alrighty, so change of plans a little bit. I was originally going to use just a normal rubber fuel line and attach a barb to here to my original fuel line. Just slip this onto the fuel pump with a hose clamp. But I'm switching up and I'm going as legit as I possibly can. So I got some nylon hose and some brass fittings and these one-time use hose clamps. Hopefully this works out well. I've heard from a lot of people that you're supposed to use the nylon hose. I didn't know that. This is a first for me. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so change of plans a little bit. Tried getting this like nylon fuel line to fit over my factory fuel pump. Also, side note, I just got the car together. I didn't film. It was a shit show, but I'll explain what I did. This nylon was not fitting onto the fuel pump, so you're supposed to heat it up. It gets malleable, slip it on, and then it'll like shrink wrap itself to the fitting that you're doing, and then you put one of those clamps on. That didn't work, so I wound up going to Lowe's and got 3/8 barb 90-degree fitting, and I shoved that into my factory fuel line, hose clamp that. I just have the soft line hose right here, literally just going from the 90, like, so here's the 90, so it goes just like that and then straight. It's a little piece of tube just like that that goes straight onto the fuel pump. And then so there's a hose clamp there, hose clamp up there. Should be all good. So I just put the battery in. We're gonna try the first startup. I was just super paranoid and I wanted to try and like prime it with the cap off. I completely forgot and I put the cap on and it was an absolute nightmare to do, so I'm not gonna take that off. I'm thinking that I was just being a little extra precautious and I don't really need to. I feel like you shouldn't need to check it. I'm just being a butthurt and want to make sure everything's correct. But first startup, let's go. All right, here we go. This thing sounds so good, man. I am hyped right now. I'm so hyped. It just started first try. I gotta give a huge shout out to my friend Ben. His Instagram will be right here. Follow him. He helped me out so much with this. I mean, I know it really wasn't much, but I was very intimidated to attack this myself, and luckily he had already done it, and he kind of took the nerves out of the whole problem, and we were able to get this going. So now all that's left to do is we're gonna go for a little drive. We're gonna make sure the evap is perfectly good, and then maybe we'll put a little stage 2 tune like downloaded on there, because right now I have a like super conservative tune that Jordan sent me to pass emissions. I don't know, I'm eager to make some fucking power. Here's the moment of truth. When I would go fill this thing up, right when I first got the car built, it would like fill up by $1, and then it would just stop because of the evap leak. And then I took it to my friend's shop, ECK Motorsports. We smoke tested it, and it was coming from the fuel pump. Dude, $4. Dude, let's go!
450 a gallon.
Well, yeah, that's not good, but this is the year of making legit shit. Alright?
Powell, baby.
The shit is turning legit, okay? 135 can fill up, no stops, no leaks. The S14 is about to be minty. The E36, all the old BMWs, minty. Oh, dude, honestly, I'm gonna try and fill it. I used to never be able to go over because it would leak.
Is it doing it?
Maybe that's filled. Oh, God!
She pouring?
Oh, it's pouring. Oh, I didn't fix that part. So I had already smoke tested the car like I told you guys before, and that's what led me to believe it was the fuel pump. So instead of smoke testing it, I just got a little bit of gas, and I'm just gonna slowly keep adding gas until visually can see it coming out. And then I know exactly where my leak is, what I need to order, because parts for this thing are kind of expensive, and I can't just start buying random parts. It's just not an efficient way to go about this. So I'm gonna risk getting some gas on my face, and we can figure out what is officially wrong with this thing. Kevin, you ready?
What? I get to pour gas in your face?
Keep calling him Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin? He's Kevin.
It's gonna start coming out of nowhere, dude. I'm scared. Oh, all right,
Stop.
Stop.
There it is.
Oh, it's somewhere up following this hose, but it's not part of this hose. It looks like I have to drop this gas tank. Alright guys, so we are on the way right now to go get a fuel tank for the 135. Found one in Thomaston, which is only 16 minutes away. Can't beat it. So we're gonna get there, we're gonna look at the tank. It's from a 128, but apparently they're the same thing. So we're gonna go take a look at it. It's only $100, so might as well at least buy it, drop my tank, take a look at them, and see if they're the same, and they should be. Peep this tank, dude. No rust. That is what we like to see. The plastic on mine was rotted, and for $100, this thing is mint. Oh man, I am stoked. It just doesn't have a couple of the hoses in there. I'm sure they should be easy to replace. But yeah, let's get back to the shop and start tearing into this thing. So looking at this tank, it doesn't seem too bad. All we have to do is drop the exhaust, drop the drive shaft. Oh, I forgot it does have a weird lock screw. That'll be interesting. And then yeah, I think it's just, you drop these, take the straps, and then disconnect everything up top, and then disconnect it from the filler neck, and this tank should come out. The only issue I have right now is, of course, I have the gas tank filled to the absolute, like, brim. It's like just over 3/4 of a tank. I'm hoping that I can get most of it by pulling the filler neck out and just kind of letting it all drain out, and it's not too heavy at that point when there's just like a little bit left, but let's get to work. I pulled the filler neck off. A little came out, but then not much, because there's like a little, like, almost like how your gas cap works when you're filling your gas up, there's a little flap. So I grabbed an old like piece of radiator hose, fit that on there, shoved a long pick I can like poke through, and then keep it into the hose down into the 5-gallon bucket. Little spillage, but very minimal. I'm going to be doing this until we fill all the tanks up, or until no more fuel comes out. Made it to the top, disconnected everything. Got these vent tubes disconnected. And then over here at the sending unit, I just want to give a little disclaimer in case anybody is doing this. The blue fuel line, make sure when you go to disconnect that you have like all mouth and eyes closed, because that just comes spraying at you at very high PSI. I have hit a little dilemma. Unfortunately, with the drive shaft just hanging how it is, I'm not able to slip the tank out, and also the e-brake lines run under that, which is, didn't realize that, and that sucks. That really sucks. Anyways, BMW puts this nice 50 mil that you have to crack loose in order to get the drive shaft separated from the diff. Now, when I was doing my engine, as you can see, I didn't have to do this. So I wasn't aware of this situation. So now I am calling around, trying to find a 50 millimeter wrench for this middle part to then separate these two, and then worry about these e-brake lines. I guess I could do these right now while I'm waiting. So BMW, in order to take your drive shaft off, BMW sells this little like 50 millimeter wrench, like almost like a pig, like a crow's foot style thing. But they want $281, or on to like other places, but still it's like $100, and I'm not spending $100 on a wrench. That is actually absurd. So I had my friend custom make me one, pretty much almost the same thing, but our first design, they like right here is too thin and it wound up bending. So we've remodified it a little. Here we have two pieces of 5/16 steel, and that equals up to 3/8, and that's like the limit that I'm allowed to fit in there, because it's got to be pretty thin. I don't know if you can tell. So I got a little 1/2-inch drive insert. It's 50 millimeters. We're gonna give this thing a shot. I had the car in gear with the e-brake on and it wasn't strong enough, so now I have this catastrophe set up where I have the rear wheels balanced on some other wheels. I'm really excited to give this a shot. I'm hoping it works, and if it does, all I gotta say is yo BMW tool. All I gotta say is yo BMW tool, BMW. Woo! Oh, for future reference, if anyone does it, it is reverse thread, left-hand thread, so tighten to loosen. Man, I am so hyped. Let's go. Little update. As you can see right here, we have the e-brake lines. Those are going right underneath the fuel tank. 2 10 mils right up there, the 4 bolts right there. And then if we make our way up to the front, I had to take the center console out just to get to this right here. It's like a little release tab right here you use. You release this one, and then there's another one right here. Got the e-brake cables down. So now all that's left to do is
Drop that motherfucker.
we got this 13 mil, and then I believe it's the strap here and the strap right here. She is ready to come on down. We are out, baby. Look at that. Look at all those. Ooh. We got some
Daddy long legs.
We got some kills we gotta freaking quick confirm. If you guys know anything about me, it's no spiders. No spider zone. Any of my cars. Not a fan of spiders. So we're gonna exterminate a couple of these spiders. So this lock ring on the sending unit looks just like how my fuel pump one did. And I'm really hoping that the plastic of my sending unit isn't rotted. Yeah, let's pop it off and let's find out. Just as I suspected, look at that sending unit. I really don't understand how plastic rots like this. Luckily, my buddy Ben, he has a new sending unit out of his 335. He's actually on his way. He's going to give me his new sending unit. I'm very thankful to have Ben, to have all these extra parts laying on standby. Here we have a brand new sending pump. I got it from one of Ben's friends for 80 bucks. He had this just sitting in his shop, brand new. We got the tank ready. We're gonna start assembling everything and get this thing ready to drop in the car. Got the tank all assembled, got the new fuel pump in there. It doesn't really look that new, got some dirt in there. Brand new sending unit. Everything in my tank is brand new, so I should not have a single evap issue with this car. Start the reassembling process and get this thing running tonight. Got the car all back together, got the exhaust on, got the new tank in, got the filler neck all hooked up. Everything is all good. I already just quick test started the car before I put the drive shaft in and the exhaust. Everything works. It's mint. So yeah, it's time to lower this thing down and take her for a fucking drive and hope this evap
Fucking ripper, dude.
this evap monitor sets. I'm praying. I am praying right now. I'm so hyped. My God, this is sick. So we're on the test drive right now. We're still waiting for the evap to be complete. It's still incomplete at the moment, but we just gave it a little test pull, and holy shit, this car is so fast, dude. And this is on like a shelf map, but what would you say this is running for boost, Ben?
17 pounds.
Okay.
And then it'll close throttle after like 5 grand, 5,500. You get throttle closures.
Okay. So yeah, this is just the MHD Stage 2 Plus tune, and we're gonna give it a little fucking test pull real quick. But this thing is like insane. We're on our way to Mexico right now, in case anybody was wondering, but this thing fucks, dude.
Dickhead's unfocusing. It's alright.
Good?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like literally like 30% throttle. Like, and I felt the
Yeah, you can feel it kicking loose. Right there.
I felt it kicking loose, but traction control on, and I felt it pull it.
Yeah.
But this thing is like, I shit you not, like probably twice as fast as it fucking was stock. Like, this thing is a whole nother animal, and I just cannot wait to race the M2 and get this thing properly tuned. I'm real curious to see what this stacks up against Chris's cars, because like this thing fucking rips right now. I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm so excited that this thing is finally driving, finally good. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. We're gonna drive around a little bit more, make sure that the evap monitor is ready. This thing's ready for emissions and re-registered, and we're in there. So until the next one, bye.
Fucking, 30 goddamn degrees out.
Well, I spoke a little too soon.
Yeah,
Lost
I was like,
all
when he said
fucking
that, I
fuel
was
pressure.
just like,
So
man, he's gonna have to
right
pull
now
the
we
camera
are
back out.
pulling the fuel pump back out. We're on the side of the road, and hopefully something just came undone and we can fix it. Other than that, we might be fucked. So RIP me.
So what are we doing, Will?
We got a
Situation.
we got a 7 mil or a flathead.
No flathead.
Alrighty, so AutoZone sold me this line. I asked them if it was fuel line. They said yes. Well, as we can see, it is not rated for 80 pounds of fuel pressure. Alright guys, so I'm editing this video right now. You just got to the end. We ran out of memory on the camera, so unfortunately I couldn't close out the video after, but we made it home. The 135 is safe and sound. I found an adapter that goes onto the wall bro, and then it allows you to use the factory quick disconnect that comes on the fuel line. I just ordered that. I'm gonna be fixing the car, and next video of the car will be when it's tuned, or maybe just racing the M2 on the tune that it's on now, because the thing is, it's so fast, and I'm just so excited to drive this car, and I can't wait for this year and like everything that's happening. It's gonna be awesome. But thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but I wanted the video to be complete. I didn't want to stop the video halfway and make 2 videos out of this. I didn't think that was worth it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.